A total of 9,609 laptops were procured by the e-government unit at a cost of $1.6 billion, with the intent that it will be distributed to teachers across the country. And those laptops arrived in the country in February 2016, but it was later discovered that some 2,959 of those laptops were damaged. Almost 5 years later, those damaged laptops, which cost over $400 million, will go down as a loss for the government with no compensation from the supplier. On Monday, when the issue came up for discussion before the Parliamentary Public Accounts Committee, the General Manager of the National Data Management Authority, Ndma, Francis Simmons, said the laptops were inferior. He believes that although the laptops had remained in storage for some time before being distributed, the general poor quality of the laptops were responsible for the damage.
No action was taken against the supplier to have these laptops replaced.
Chair, I'm not hearing.
Was the supplier informed of the damages to the laptops?
Yes, it was informed, and I believe the damage was due to, I think it was heat or the length of time that the laptops were there that weren't utilized. These were Great Wall laptops, and the quality was extremely poor. Quality of the laptops were extremely poor. I think they couldn't withstand the length of time being stored. And so some of the batteries were swollen and so on. But to get back to the point, I don't believe any action was taken against the vendor to replace these 2,950.
The damages range from swollen battery and faulty displays. This was discovered when the laptops were checked soon after arrival. Additionally, 103 laptops stored at the e-government unit were discovered stolen in 2011. Former Permanent Secretary of the then Ministry of Public Telecommunications, Derek Cummings, also could not provide any update on the police investigation into the stolen laptops 10 years later. Those laptops were from the One Laptop Per Family initiative.
The Ministry of Public Telecommunications, for which I was accounting officer at that time, did not receive any detailed documentation or handover of these laptops.
So even though you're asked to account for it in the 2016 audit report, this was not a matter that was handled by the ministry that you were the permanent secretary for?
Yes, sir.
This was purely handled by the Ministry of the Presidency?
Yes, sir.
And that is why your earlier referral to the PS Office of the President, of Ministry of the Presidency, to answer and provide more details?
Yes, sir.
So even though it is stated here that it's under your ministry, I would like the audit office to verify the gazetted responsibilities of the ministry and the date of the gazette to determine how we could have the Ministry of the Public Telecommunications accounting at PAC for an action undertaken by the Ministry of the Presidency and was not properly handed over to the Ministry of Public Telecommunications. Because that is a serious matter.
Member of Parliament and PAC member Ndma said it was disappointing that years later there seemed to still be an ongoing police investigation with little or no aggression in seeking compensation from the vendor of the damaged laptops. MP Dharam Kumar Sirat said an investigation needed to be conducted to determine whether the damages were as a result of manufacturer defect or because of the conditions under which it was stored. For the newsroom, Kurt Campbell.